La la. Now, so things with clinics. We've had a good look over doctors. I think I'd like to build our own clinic. I like the idea. As you've known, if you've seen previous episodes, when I build these types of rooms, I like to give our doctors as little reason to leave their room as possible. So we might actually give them their own little toilet, and their own coffee mug and stuff like that. At the same time, I don't want it to be too unrealistic. So do we still send them to the toilet? We would always need a toilet, a decent toilet near the walk-in clinic, for the simple reason that patients do get urine samples and things like that, and they go to the toilet to get that done. So they will be near a toilet at all times. Plus, having a toilet near reception makes sense, and waiting areas. So maybe we won't put a toilet in, because there should be a toilet nice and close by. So, and I don't think we'll be putting a fridge or anything like that like we have with some of the other rooms. We'll still leave them to use a common room. We'll keep a common room nice and close by. But you know what? We might give them a coffee mug, or no, we won't do a water cooler. I think we'll give them a coffee mug to have in their room, something like that. We'll have a, what is this? It's proved tricky, has it? So, this is a different. This is the walk-in clinic for general surgery. So you're having difficulty. Oh, and you can also bring up this list here. You can pop up this and get a better detail of these symptoms and what their treatments are, examinations that helped discover them, and the severity and that sort of stuff. But we've had a look at this one, and we know that a urine analysis will probably do the job. So would probably a differential, but we'll go with this. And we can see here that this patient is aggressive. They interrupt procedures, so it takes a little bit longer to get through procedures. Maybe we will just go with the differential, see if we can work it out. They're also a gamer, so they rest much quicker. They've got discomfort from fever and muscle joints, the same sort of deal. So again, we will prescribe the same thing, see if we can get them out the door. Indeed we will. Okay, so shall we build one of these clinics upstairs? We're going to build a new one. In fact, should we build it here? Because I want it, I think, to be this size. And nobody's using this room at the moment. Nobody's using it. So what we'll do, we will we'll leave it assigned. But we'll completely clear it out. Right? We'll completely clear it out. So that we can take a look at what's required. So we can see here, look at all this stuff. Oh, should we decorate it first? Don't know. Actually, no. We'll go over the stuff first. The simple reason that there's a lot to cover. So orange is, it must be in the room. But again, we've discovered that there can be multiple types of the same thing. So we've got this equipment cabinet, the equipment cabinet tool, the wall-mounted equipment, and we also have the mobile one. And if you just put one of them in, they all become satisfied. I mean, you can put more than one in, but you really don't have to. But as this is a fairly stationary room, and I am thinking that we are probably going to want, we're just going to pop it in for now. I kind of like this sort of deal. And you can see here as well that we need some sort of sink. So we can use the lab sink, or we can use a kitchen sink, which won't go here. So we would need a cabinet. We would need a cabinet for that. And do you know, we might go with a red one, and then we can pop. Oh, and you can see it removes this sink, the lab sink, the kitchen sink, but also the disinfectant dispenser. Do you know what? I kind of like the idea of using the disinfectant dispenser. Also, a small thing to note, if you pick up an item that has another item attached to it, like we've got the cabinets with the sink, but you want to just get rid of the sink, if you press Control and then pick it up, you've got the sink. Okay, and you can move it around again. Now, does this work if we want to delete just the sink? Control, delete, it still deletes the whole thing. So, you know. And I think with the sink, if I pick up the sink, I can't delete it. No. So that's a little bit annoying. It's a little bit annoying, isn't it? I would say so. I would definitely say so. I think, what colour do we want to go for in cabinet, though? I don't know. I don't know what colour. And would I prefer? I think I probably would prefer, instead of a sink. What does it say about sinks? A sink for restrooms, yeah. A kitchen sink for washing hands and equipment. A lab sink, mandatory equipment for labs. It is used to wash laboratory glassware. Okay. Disinfectant, automatic disinfectant dispenser can be substituted for a sink. Yeah. I don't know. I think we might go with that. Whereas I think mandatory equipment for all rooms where examinations and treatment procedures take place, but I don't think there's any benefit of having one over the other. No, it doesn't seem to be. So something else we need is an examination table. I think we're going for a red theme, to be honest. And that does just deal with that one item. Doesn't satisfy anything else. But we do have 2 examination lamps, right? So we have this examination lamp for offices and exam units. We have this one, ceiling mounted examination lamp. And the benefit, I think, with the ceiling one is that it takes up less space. So this one, it's a floor area, whereas this one can go over the bed. In fact, it has to. So it doesn't take up any extra space, which is fantastic. So I do kind of like over here. So if they're coming in through this door, I might just spin this a little bit. If they're coming in through this door, I think we will have... Oh, look, it's picked up the lamp with the table. And look, this can actually go against the wall. You can see when we pick up the bed, there's a little arrow and that, right? So this is the side that the doctor and the patient will approach from, meaning that this other side can go up against the wall and it's all good. And I kind of like the idea of having probably a screen. Do you know what I mean? Don't need it, but I think I kind of like the idea of it, so that they've got a little bit of privacy. Look, a privacy screen, you know. I like that. So during examinations, they can always swish this across, right? So I think I like that being over there. I think I do. So now another thing is that I've noticed that these offices, the patients come in and stand right next to the doctor. But I think if you put a chair down for the patient to sit in, they will absolutely use it. So if we get a nice fancy chair and put it here, and then we get the doctor's desk and we pop that here, right? And we'll put the doctor's PC in because they absolutely have to have one. And we've already discussed paper tray and printers, so we're going to put a printer in because it's a faster process. And then we also need an office chair there. Okay, so that's... The patient should now come in and sit down instantly, which I quite like. I quite like that, to be honest. Now, all this, we've got all these tables and things like that. But I also like the idea, as I mentioned before, of giving them space for them to relax a bit, a coffee cup and that. So we're going to put all the examination stuff, I think, on this side. I think I would like to do that. And what have we got here? This is the CRP scan Scan is quick blood test measuring concentration of C reactive proteins. Now this needs to go on a table, so we might grab this table and then pop it on there. It's a nice little kit. Look at that. Oh, actually, did that say it would go? Oh, look, it'll go on there. Even better. And we actually have the audio meter. It's used for determining certain levels of one's hearing. So, you know, we'll pop that on there as well. It looks like that we need a bin. So we've got a biohazard trash bin for safe disposal of biological matter. But we've also got this one. It seems there's no difference between the two. I think I might go with this red one, to be honest. Okay. Excellent. And then we have the eye test, mandatory wall mounted for offices. And that can go, maybe that can go above there. Something like that. Don't know how I feel about the layout just yet. So what's the oxygen tank? It's just a decoration. Just a decoration, the oxygen tank. Okay. A mobile cabinet. Just used for other. Ooh, so you know, it might just look a little bit, oh dear, might just look a little bit nicer if we pop that there and get rid of this. Don't know, I think I kind of like the little mobile cabinet. And then where could we put this? Don't know. Will it go above the bin? It will. Oh, that's nice. I like that. So, and we could put any of this stuff in here. These yellows, I think, are just suggested for the doctor's office, but they're not. They're in no way absolutely necessary. So, we have started to distinguish a little area between sort of office and where the examinations actually take place. So, I like that. And so, I kind of want to decorate with that in mind. What am I doing here? I would like the curtain again, the privacy screen. So I'm thinking, no, that's fine. It's fine. So for decorations, I'm thinking for the floor, I would like the office area to be carpeted. What colour are they using? They might actually be using this orangey type colour here, I think. Do you prefer that one or this one? Ooh, I might actually prefer this one. So I think we might carpet the area. And not only that, but I think for the walls in the office part, we might make it just look a little bit more comfortable. So we know it's this colour, but something just a little bit more comfortable as an office area, right? Sort of a doctor's office area, right? That's what I'm thinking. But I'm also wondering, this examination area, we're sort of done with it, aren't we? We've kind of done with it. What if we move the examination area over to here? Maybe. Like that. Move this up. So the examination area is actually over here instead. Except we don't have a nice area now for the curtain. How do we feel about that? I don't know. Maybe we could change where that goes. Because I sort of like the idea of having the curtain for privacy, right? It sort of makes sense. It does sort of make sense. Okay. What else can we have in this office? So I liked the idea of having the coffee mug. If we think about the doctor's needs and stuff like that, so there's nothing attractive here either at the moment for them to necessarily like the area that they are working in, which is a problem. So there's nothing particularly attractive in this area. So I feel like we should be putting in some sort of a plant. And then maybe we could put a clock in for them, which I think is just a decoration. It doesn't really do anything. And I'd like for them, I think, to have the bookcase, because that, if they get a little bit bored, that can help with that. We want to put in the coffee thing, so they'll have no food or anything, but you know, this might just help with their comfort a little bit in their office, I think, to be honest. Yeah. And we want the wall of the nice office to go here. So I was thinking, but you know what? I think we will leave this here. I think we will put this here. Put this back, because the examination stuff does seem to be taking up a fair amount of space. Did I leave that? Where's the eye examination thing? What did I do with it? Is that it there? We might pop that there. Okay. Okay. Anything else? You know, because I could... It's a little bit weird though. Maybe I won't. Anything else that we could do to just make it use up this space nicely? Or do I put the toilet in? Maybe I do put the toilet in. Maybe I do put the toilet in just because I've got the room to do it, you know? Let's do it. Let's do it. I wonder if the patients would use it for their urine sample. I wonder. So let's do this. I'm happy with this tile business. Except that wall needs to be the office wall, right? And that one can stay as the tile one. They like to dry their hands in the toilet, so we do kind of have to have it this big, unfortunately. It's a bit unfortunate, but we do. Then we'll put a door on here. I think we should probably remove that window. And then to decorate the toilet, we'll do, I think this. I like so. Actually, do you know what? We'll do this tile instead. It's similar, but a little bit different. There we go. And then on the floor, I think we will do this. And out here in the examination area, we might do that. Actually, do you know, I think I prefer the lighter one. Doesn't look quite right though, does it? Doesn't look quite right. What's that one like? No, I hate that. I hate that. We'll pop this in. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Right. So back to items. So we would like, this is items here, a toilet, right? We're going to put in a toilet, which I think we'll probably need to put around like this or something, because we have to have the sink, but then we also need the hand dryer. Where is the hand dryer? There's the hand dryer. Otherwise we get a debuff because they couldn't dry their hands. They don't like it when that happens. I sort of feel as well that there should be a bin in here, but I always struggle. I mean, it will go, but I don't know if we should. It'd be nice if there was like a proper toilet bin. Hey ho. Right, so we have put in a toilet. Amazing, right? We've put in a toilet. Pretty pleased with that. Do you know what? Should we put in one of those bins? No. Can the hand dryer go? No. Didn't think so. Fine. Do you know what? We will just stick that there. It just looks a little bit... I was just thinking it looks a little bit cramped. Do you not think? Can that go underneath the hand dryer? It can go onto the hand dryer. It can go under the hand dryer. Well, that's fantastic news. That's fantastic news. Even though they're not using paper towels, we'll pop that there because you never know, right? So pop these bits into here. There we go. Looking nice, I think. Looking pretty good and useful at the same time. So they can do the toilet thing now. We have a nice little area here. And I'm wondering, do we move these up? No, we don't. I was thinking because we could have a curtain on the other side as well. But apparently, no. Right, okay. So it'll be interesting to see how well this sort of functions, wouldn't it? To give this a test to see how it goes. And at the same time, I think in the doctor's office, I don't like these windows. I think I like the idea of potential blinds. You know, blinds like this. Wow. I think I'm pretty pleased with that. Yeah. So what we'll do, I think, is we will employ a doctor to work in here. And we're going to say, hey, we'd like you to have advanced diagnosis. Oh, look. And they've got the diagnosis genius, the extra talent for... Oh, they're also slightly depressed. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. These people are cheap. Mind you, they've got 42% advanced diagnosis. They got 1%. They're a hedonist, but they're also a good boss. They use their free time to study. So they would probably train up really, really quickly. And you know what? We might get them in. And they have the nice staff, which is fantastic, but they're also often late. They're quite expensive. So I think we will get Michael Davis to work in here. And you know what? We might follow him and check out how he uses this space and see how the patients use this space. You know, we might actually encourage some urine samples and stuff like that, just to see how does he feel about the environment that he's in. So he has a good boss, nice environment, which is probably the same as everybody else. Right, okay. Well, so some randos come in to use the toilet. That's the first thing we need to note. Mind you, if he had his own toilet, he probably wouldn't. So we have Kate Young here, who's probably going to have an unnecessary urine test. So here we go. She's coming here for an examination. Excellent. Abdominal. Excellent. You can put your shirt back on. Thank you, Kate. Lovely. And now urine sample. No, it looks like she... Oh no, but have you noticed that she is sitting down in the chair? Right? So that's nice. So we've got another doctor coming in to use it. Another doctor's coming in to use it. Here's your pot to go and pee in. Now this toilet unfortunately was in use. So she has left, presumably to go and use one of these. She has a really bad symptom here. Yeah. So I do believe, given that other doctors are coming here to use this, if they had their own, of course they wouldn't do that. So I'm thinking that she would have used the toilet right here, which I really like the idea of. I think that would be fantastic. You know, I think that could be really, really fantastic. Let's do a physical examination. Right, where's he going then? So he is now fulfilling needs. He doesn't need the toilet. What needs are you filling, Michael? Exactly. Oh, he is actually getting proper grub. He did get proper grub. But we don't really want to be putting... I think it's okay for them to have a break away. It's like we can't make everybody have everything in their room, right? And this is pretty good, I think. I mean, sometimes if he just wants a cup of coffee, he'd probably stay in his room, right? He's going to his workplace. I reckon we must have reduced it a bit. I've been doing a lot of watching these clinic doctors, and the amount that they leave the room is quite a lot. So I'm hoping... I mean, this would certainly reduce it. It's not going to get rid of it. It'll never get rid of it. But I think that this will definitely reduce it. I think I'm really pleased with that office. So if we want to save a prefab, and we do want to save this, it's this one here, prefabs. And then, so copy, going to select it all like this. So we can now slam it down wherever we want to. But we're going to hit this save button. And do you know what? We'll call it doctor's office. We're going to overwrite that one. We're going to save. There it is. And then that's saved as a prefab. Isn't that fantastic? But all the doctors, yeah, look, all the doctors are coming here to use his room, which I think is mildly hilarious. So what I will do before the next episode is I will probably... pop round and shall we see about replacing these with the new ones, and I think even getting rid of these small ones, and we might get rid of these toilets. We'll have toilets over here, but they'll all have their own individual toilet now, so we'll be able to gain a bit more room, and we'll make sure that everybody every room has employment, at least for the day. If you want your night clinic to open, if you're not sure how to do that, it is just a matter of employing somebody at night. As soon as you employ somebody to work in the clinic at night, the clinic is open. And I would say that you don't necessarily need to have a receptionist at night, because it tends to be pretty quiet, unless your clinic's very busy at night, then I would. But they tend to get seen pretty quickly because not many come in. So, you know, triage is not quite as crucial. But there we are. I think we've done a nice look at the very final nurse in the last episode, and in this episode we've gone over, we built our own doctor's office, and just started to have a look at the doctors that are kicking about in our hospitals. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit that like button. As long as you are here, why not take your first step on the path to total coolness by supporting me via Patreon. The cooler you are, the harder I work, which means even more SHIZWAH.